My name's Andrew Parsons. I'm the Managing Director for Ticketmaster in the UK.
And how important do you think the Music Venue Trust is?
The Music Venue Trust is incredibly important. We've been supporters of it, I think, since the start now, since Mark came in and kind of banged his fists on the table and you've got to help us do all of these things, you don't do enough to help. And I don't think he realised how much of a kind of open door he was pushing, because it was something we were really excited about being able to team up with. So TicketWeb's been a headline sponsor now, I think, since its start 2 or 3 years ago, and it's just a really great opportunity for us to spend time with many of the clients that we work with and just engaging with a really very, very important part of the industry for us.
And is there anything in particular today that you've learnt, or any knowledge that you have given to other people that you think is important?
I think what is so great about this, in terms of what you take from it, is just it's a really energising experience. Just hearing everybody's passion and excitement around delivering these events at this level. Steve at the top, just a really kind of impassioned plea for everything that this segment does. And just hearing that is just, it's very, very exciting to feel like you can be a part of that.
And were there any particular small music venues that for you were very important when you were growing up?
The one that I would always go back to, I'm not sure whether people will have even heard about it, the venue in New Cross. So it was a mixture of
my favourite,
kind of a really horrid sort of cheesy disco, something that I don't know whether could exist anymore, and kind of quite sort of a punky indie scene upstairs.
Yeah.
And they sort of mixed between the two and would have live bands and things downstairs.
I saw Blur play there on supporting Lush.
There we are.
There you
go.
go.
I saw a load of my kind of sort of formative gigs there, and it's a great times. Great times.
And if you could give a message to people who go to gigs, live music fans, about small music venues, what would that be?
Keep going. And I do think one of the things we did touch on earlier was around pricing and kind of free versus, the low charge model. I do think many of the buildings probably do undervalue the content that they provide and take to these spaces, and I'm not sure that a low ticket price anyway would be a barrier to entry in many instances, and I hope that that's something the buildings will feel able to do, and that will be embraced by the fans who do attend, because you do need to pay if you want to see this great content stay in your local area, I think.
And is there any advice that you could give from your sector to small music venues?
It's difficult because we know from speaking to them that they have a lot to do. Many of them have to sweep up afterwards, fix the toilets, and deal with bookings. So from our standpoint, it's just to try and be able to work with them to provide as professional a service at the front end, so that we can take away as much of that heavy lifting as possible and giving a great fan experience online, great purchase experience, making that whole process as easy as possible. I think that's what we're trying to do.